Hello, hello, hello. So, bigger trees. We want to look at bigger trees. This is by Shroud Legacy. It's a very small mod, about 3 megabytes. Now, this is the same modder that made Lush Overhaul. Okay, so Lush Overhaul, for some reason, I couldn't remember their name then, but this is the same modder. Anyway, and this is an older mod too, and they recommend you use this with Lush. We're going to try it first without Lush just to see how it changes the size of the trees, and then we'll turn Lush on and see how it looks with that, okay? So, this is a small mod, like I said, about 3 megabytes. Shroud Legacy. It's just bigger trees. So we're just going to try it with just vanilla trees. I'm not doing anything fancy. I am going to turn Lush off so we can see it first without Lush, and then we'll try it with Lush, okay? Alright, so I will see you in the game in a moment.
Affirmative. Moving up now.
Alright, so here we are. We're out on Tundra in front of Whiterun. You can see the trees here, and some of these trees are indeed bigger. Now, they do vary the size so that there are some trees that are smaller. I don't want to wander over to the giants. Now, this is without Lush, so you're just seeing regular old vanilla trees that are, you know, have their size changed and edited, okay? Now, it is supposed to affect the LOD as well, but as we know, I have my darker distant LOD, and I'm not sure how that might affect the LOD for these trees. So I'm just going to tell you that that might have some effect, some impact, alright? But it looks like they do okay. They load in pretty good as we get close, and they seem alright. So let's go to, let's go to Dragon Bridge. I will see you there in a minute. Alright, so we're here at Dragon Bridge. You can see the bigger trees. Now, mind you, again, not using Lush yet, so we're just looking at vanilla trees, which we know are a little sparse and scruffy, right? So, that's what we're getting here. But they are taller. And maybe with Lush being turned on, when we turn that on, maybe that will make a bigger difference to us. But I just wanted to give us a chance to look and see the taller trees here. Yep. Okay, that doesn't look bad. Alright, so this looks okay. Nothing wrong here. I think there's our Vigilance again. Oh, she's not wearing the metal helmet now. Anyway, alright, so these look okay. These look good. They would probably look better with Lush turned on, I imagine. Because then they'll be fuller, and then bigger trees will make them taller. Now, will that, you know, sufficiently put enough trees out there to make me happy? I don't know. But this looks good nonetheless. Okay? Alright, so let's go try to turn on Lush. I guess we could go look at the Riften Aspens and stuff. I didn't think about that. Let's go see if it makes any difference to those trees. I don't know if it does, but I will see you there in a moment.
Good work, Marines.
Alright, so we're out here at Iverstead, and definitely we have some bigger trees. Looks nice. Looks very nice. Don't mind the bear carcass or the dragon bones. That was previous incident. Anyway, yeah, it affects these trees too. It makes these trees bigger. Again, wow, this is without Lush, but these trees are huge. Okay, this is pretty cool. This is pretty nice. I guess if we added in Lush, this would be even bigger. Now, I don't know. I don't know what to think. Those trees are really big. Wow. Okay. I guess I haven't looked at this mod before. I thought I had, but now I begin to wonder. Let's look at this. This is huge. We need to go to Falkreath and see what that looks like, because Falkreath is more of a forest and has a lot of trees, and if they did this type of thing in Falkreath, that could be pretty amazing. Yeah, that could be pretty amazing. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to take off and go to Falkreath and see what it looks like. Now there's a little bit of a LOD thing going on there. You might notice that occasionally. That is because I'm using my own mod for that. Maybe I should turn that off while we're doing this. So I might do that. I might go ahead and put in, but let's go check out Falkreath before I make any changes. Okay, because that looks pretty good even with my LOD and stuff. Though I think it could be better. Look at that. I think that could be better. That looks horrible. Yeah, that looks pretty bad. Let's see. It's going to load in. Yeah, see. I need to let this do its own LOD. So that's the problem. Okay. All right. So we'll go to Falkreath and I'll make a change or two here. And we'll see what this looks like.
Roger that. Make it quick.
All right. So this is kind of our part 2, looking at bigger trees. Now I have turned on Lush and I turned off my other LOD. And if you'll notice, that tree is not having that weird, graphical effect. There still are trees in the back there. You can see they haven't loaded yet, but you can kind of see them and they will load in as we get closer. Same as over there. They're further in the distance. Hey Mike, how you doing? Come on, man.
Mike has heard it is dangerous to be your friend.
It's dangerous to be my friend. Well, I'm sorry, Mike. It probably is. Alright, so anyway, so this is with bigger trees and with Lush turned on. It's just, just trying things out to see how it looks. Are those treasure hunters? I think they are. I'm not going to bother them. Anyway, you can see these trees here, bigger trees. So this is pretty impressive. I think we need to get, and I'm still using Marie's flowers, so that's good. It's not killing us to use that. Now this is just with vanilla trees, and we're just using Lush and bigger trees, okay? Because Lush didn't really like it when I was using those HD trees, alright? I'm not saying we may not try again. We might just, load in some tree textures or something. I don't know. Because these are the vanilla tree textures, and when you get up close, they don't look very good. Even though I'm using the enhanced textures, I think the bigger tree mod is stretching them out. So, Nonetheless, let's go to Falkreath and see what the forest looks like there. I will see you there in a moment.
Yes, my master.
Alright, so, wow, I hit the wrong button, sorry. So, alright, we're here in Falkreath, and we're looking at the forest here, and this looks better to me. This is kind of what I'm looking for, I think, is more of a real forest. And this is better. And these are simpler, older mods, which aren't too big. Lush and bigger trees is not too big. Now, we might want to work on doing something for our bark texture. These don't look the best. But I think we could probably find something that would work and we could do. Now, of course, bigger trees may still stretch that out, so it may never be perfect. But nonetheless, overall, I would say this looks a lot better. And this is more like what I would have in mind for a forest. Now, I'm not sure if this is too much or not. I haven't played this enough to see. And I remind you that I am recording. Okay, I'm on an Xbox One X and I am recording. I'm using the Xbox to actually record. So, there might be some little, stutters or pauses when I'm not recording. There may not be. So, we'll see though. But overall, I think this looks really good. I wish the trees looked better, but on the other hand, does that not look better? I think that looks better. Even though with some of that vanilla junk on the trees doesn't look good, but for the most part, the trees look pretty good. I don't know why they decided to have so many cruddy broken limbs hanging off the lower ends of the trees. That does happen sometimes, but it doesn't happen with that many trees. Not all the time. Nonetheless, so yeah, I think this is looking pretty good. This is a combination that would not be bad. Yeah, I find this to be fairly acceptable. Now, I'm going to try some other mods, but this has mainly been bigger trees, but now here in the second half, I did turn Lush on. So, that's kind of what you're seeing here, is you're seeing bigger trees, and they're fuller trees, and they look pretty good. Now, it's still vanilla. It's still vanilla trees. I'm not using anything unusual there. But yeah. Alright, so I'm going to call this here. We've kind of looked at this and seen that out in the Rift and out here near Fall Creek, this really does make a big difference to your forest. And, you know, it looks good to me. Just remembering that these are vanilla trees. Now, if you could find a tree mod that this would work with, that you really liked the texture of the trees, that would be very good. That would be great. These vanilla trees are okay. I liked the high def trees a little better, but I can't use Lush with those. So, anyway, like I said, I'm just going to call it here. We'll go take a quick look at the mod. I'll be right back.
Laugh it up, fuzzball.
Alright, so what we've been looking at really is bigger trees. Now, we did on the second half of this combine that up with Lush overall, and it did look good. Bigger trees definitely did look good. It looked good on its own out in the Rift with the aspens. They looked really great. So, it's a very good mod. It's very small. So you can get that effect that I was showing you basically for, 41 megabytes. So that's not bad at all. The HD trees alone is bigger than that, and it doesn't provide that. However, you might want to find, there are some mods where you can improve your tree bark and possibly make that look better. How much that's going to help with bigger trees, I don't know, because I think bigger trees are stretching that texture out. So, so there's going to be, you know, some give there. You know, some give and take is going on. But nonetheless, it really does give you a good feeling of like a big old forest with big trees. It was not bad at all, and it's something I'm going to have to remember. It's a good mod. And maybe we can mix and match some of these things and see how they work with other tree mods. Just remember that when you do mix and match, that sometimes, like with Lush and the HD tree mod, they were editing the same things, and they ended up conflicting and crashing. Okay, and here, Lush and bigger trees made by the same modder worked fine, and that's because I think they made it with both vanilla and Lush in mind. Shroud Legacy did, so no problem there. Okay, but a lot of times if you edit the same thing with multiple mods, it will give you issues. So, like I said, you have to try to experiment and test it out, and that's what I'm doing. But this has been, again, bigger trees, very small mod, and it looked really nice, and even without Lush, it really made a big impact. So, thanks for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I will catch you later. This has been an OwwThatSmarts production.